Hey, hey, hey. I often joke about I'm kind and I'm not nice, right? But today I want to tell you why I decided to be kind. And when I say decided, it's because your attitude is definitely your decision. Being kind is a decision, being nice is a decision, being mean is a decision, being rude is a decision. We have free will to make decisions. But I'll never forget when I first started hearing about my son and the things that he had been charged for and what have you. And I was like, there's no way if he did these things that they're saying he did, I'm not going to have anything to do with him. I don't want anything to do with him. That's not the child I raised. Like, I know he wouldn't do this, but if he did do this, then I don't want anything to do with him. And then it's just like one day, something clicked within me, like as we're going through this whole process and, hearing what was happening and just gathering the facts and what have you. And as I kept going, I was like, I can't cut my son off. Like, that's my child. That's my firstborn son. It's not my firstborn child. He's my firstborn son. He's my oldest son. Like, I'm not going to cut him off. Like, what kind of mother would I be? Like, my mom didn't cut me off. All the things that I did in my life that weren't right. And I've done some things that weren't right. I think we all have. But I just could not fathom cutting him off. And so I began to pray. I began to pray that God would give me whatever it was that I didn't have, because I knew I was missing something. To be able to feel like I'm not going to be there for my child, I was missing something. Like something was broken inside of me. And I think that's when I finally realized that as a person in general, I was broken. And so I just began to pray. And I'm not going to tell you that overnight God just softened my heart and was like, oh, boom, you're going to love him. You're going to be there. You're going to support him, whatever, whatever. No, it took time. It took me talking it through with a professional. It took me talking to my son and just trying to understand what was happening with him. And then it took me remembering that this is a young man who, first of all, his brain was not fully matured, had a traumatic brain injury. And then after that happened, these things happened. I had to realize all of that, and then I had to put these things into perspective and as to how it played a part in me, in my life. And so I feel like once I did that, once I put it all in perspective, and once I realized that God didn't turn his back on me, my mom didn't turn her back on me, my dad didn't turn his back on me, like these people still love me, God still loves me in spite of all the things that I've done. That probably should have warranted me death, but I'm still here. And so after I came to this realization that I'm still loved regardless of all my flaws, he deserves to be loved regardless of all of his flaws. Everybody deserves to be loved regardless of all of their flaws. I've always been a very empathetic person, even though I've tried to hide it the majority of my life. I mean, I can literally feel your pain. You can start talking to me and I can feel the pain coming out of you from within. And it makes me cry for you. I've mourned people that I don't even know because their loved one was mourning them, and I felt them. I felt their mourning, and I have mourned with them for people that I didn't know. And so because I tried to bury this for so long, it was like God woke that up in me again and was like, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to love him, because you don't have to agree with what he did in order to love him. And I just want to impress that upon you today. You don't have to agree with what someone did to love them. It is okay to love someone who does not follow the guidelines that are set before us in the world. It is okay to love someone who has broken the law. That doesn't mean you agree with what they did. It doesn't mean that you're okay with what they did. What it means is that you love them. And as human beings, it's okay to love people. It's okay to love, especially the people that you birthed and that birthed you. It's okay. Regardless of what a person does, they still deserve to be loved. I don't care what they did, honestly. They still deserve to be loved. Does that mean I agree with them? No. It means that as human beings, we deserve love. We deserve empathy. We deserve sympathy. Everybody does. I know there's going to be some people that say certain people don't deserve to be loved. But I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. And if people decided to not love you based on things that you have done, regardless of how bad or how good you think they may have been, if we all just decided to stop loving someone because they did something wrong, or if society shuns everybody based on what they did wrong, I'm sure there would be levels. What level would you be on? Because there's no one perfect in this world. Everybody deserves to be loved.